How to avoid an argument. This is a prose piece by Sam Horn. In this prose, Sam Horn narrates various anecdotes to make us understand we can be friendly with others, avoiding arguments. At some point of time in our life, we may get angry with others for hurting us, for laughing at us, for ridiculing us. But instead of reacting with our emotions, instead of showing our anger, instead of arguing with others, we can humorously handle them. Sam Horn, with her persuasive and convincing tone, makes us realize that through human approach, we can avoid arguments in our life. From her real life experiences, she narrates various anecdotes. The first anecdote is at the local ice cream store. Sam Horn, with her 5-year-old son Andrew, went to one local ice cream parlor to buy dessert for his birthday party. The ice cream store is very crowded unusually with many customers, but there is only one person to give their orders. And that person is also resembling like a high school girl. She is alone at the counter. Even though she works very fast, she couldn't do her job on time. When Sam Horn's turn comes, she asked for 3 liters of chocolate chip ice cream. When she asked for 3 liters of chocolate chip ice cream, she replied immediately, 3 liters? Do you know how hard it is to scoop 3 liters? The narrator got very angry. She wants to know whether this is an ice cream store or not. Even though she is on the brink of an argument, she doesn't ask her why she reacts like this. Whenever she is on the brink of an argument, she usually thinks why that particular person says something like that. So the narrator has understood the condition of the girl behind the counter and asked politely, has it been one of those days? In those days I have got 3 liters of ice cream scoops. When she asked politely, she began to pack her ice cream, saying that she had been alone from the morning and she has to work till 1 o'clock, and before 1 o'clock she has to finish all the work. She narrates everything. After getting the pack of ice cream, Sam Horn with her 5-year-old son left the place. The girl also gave them a big smile and a friendly wave also. So this is how she managed avoiding an argument. When someone says something unfair and unkind, you need not suffer in silence. You need not reply them. You just be quiet and think from their point of view. You just think what made them say so. And then you need to change your tone and ask politely. With that you can avoid the argument. When someone says something rudely with you, you need not use adversarial tone. If you use adversarial tone, that will make matters worse only. In our life, every day we have to deal with difficult people. That becomes the part of our life. So instead of starting an argument, we have to step into another person's shoes and you have to think what made them say so. She calls this technique tongue fu. That is, instead of arguing with someone, you can change your tone and you can speak politely and you can avoid argument. Another way to avoid argument is through humor. Sam Horn calls this technique handle hassles with humor. She narrates another anecdote to prove this point. At San Francisco International Airport, there was a tall young man walking towards the narrator. Whoever looks at that tall man began to giggle. So this Sam Horn wanted to know the reason for their giggling. When that person approached her, she notices some words on his t-shirt. On the front side of his t-shirt, it is written, "No, I am not a basketball player." And on the back side of his t-shirt, it is written, "Are you a jockey?" So this tall young man had the problem of people repeatedly asking him the same question, whether he is a basketball player or not. So he has written that answer on the front side of his t-shirt itself. And to ridicule them back, he has written whether they are the Jackie. That means whether they are very short like Jackie. And Sam Horn ran towards him and asked him where he got this terrific shirt. And for that he said that I have numerous shirts like that. On my favorite t-shirt it is written, I am 6 feet 13 inches tall and the weather is fine here. He had these words in another t-shirt. He explained how people began to laugh at his tall appearance. So his mother finally gave him a solution, saying that if people are laughing at you, you join with them. That is the solution given by his mother. So he began to have such type of t-shirts because of his mother only. His mother only designed all his shirts. So from this anecdote we can understand that if people will laugh at you for some reason, you can also join with them. You can also have fun with them. You can expect what comments people will give you, and you can be prepared for those comments. Another anecdote she gives for this handle hassle with humor. In the US Internal Revenue Service, income tax worker understands that people do not have any good opinion about Internal Revenue Service, and so he jokingly changes it as Income Removal Service, and they funnily create one cartoon saying that it is not your money. The exact lines are, the secret is to stop thinking of it as your money. And another funny slogan is, sorry, we are in. On seeing these slogans, the taxpayer's mind will change and they'll understand the reality, and this is how they funnily change the mind of the people, and they change the attitude of the people also. Another way to avoid argument is, when people complain, don't explain. To explain this method, the author gives one anecdote. One caller dials to the office and makes one complaint that he demanded a catalog 3 weeks ago and still now he didn't get it. The person who attended that call understood that the problem is on their side, not on the person who made the complaint. So instead of explaining the reason for not sending the catalog to them, he merely apologizes and agrees to send it immediately. To prove this method, Sam Horn gives another anecdote also. One person got appointment to meet the doctor at 3 o'clock and he is waiting at the reception area. And he is waiting for so long, he couldn't meet the doctor. So he angrily went toward the receptionist window and he asked for the reason. I got an appointment for 3 o'clock and when can I meet the doctor? He angrily demanded the reason for that. The receptionist politely answers that, you are right sir, the doctor is very busy in the surgery. Let me call. How many more minutes he will take to come back? I appreciate your patience, he says. So you can ask sorry to the person who is very angry. That doesn't mean that you are accepting your guilt. That is simply to acknowledge his frustration. So you need not explain what has happened, what is the reason for delay. Instead of explaining that, you can tell what can be done, what remedy can be done to rectify that mistake. And another technique to avoid argument is exiting gracefully. To prove this point also, the author narrates one anecdote. She narrates a conversation between father-in-law and son-in-law. Both of them are having two different views on the construction of highways. Son-in-law favors highway construction because there are so many cars nowadays. So highways should be constructed. He is of that view. Whereas the father-in-law does not approve this, does not have good opinion about this highway construction because he felt that it is devastating an important historical value. He is for archaeological site and not for this highway construction. When these two persons arguing over highway construction, argument goes on, and finally father-in-law gets irritated and he says, I don't have to sit here and listen to this at my own dinner table. That means, will you say something against me in my own house? How can you say that? He asked like this to his own son-in-law. The problem arises because of that argument only. Why should we argue with others? We can exit gracefully saying that you have your own opinion, I have my own opinion. Let us agree to disagree about this, we can say, and we can exit gracefully. This is one of the methods to stop argument. So whenever you face this no-win discussion or no-win debate, you can avoid gracefully because there is no point in having an argument. You can't change the other person's mind. And you can't change your point of view also, your mind also. If we go on argue with others, we will do only irreparable harm. So at that time we have to remember Russian proverb, that is, a spoken word flies, you won't catch it. Once it is spoken, it will not be yours. It will go, it will fly. And another effective way to avoid argument is we should understand that we are both right. And then we have to move on to another safer topic. The author narrates another anecdote to prove this point. There comes an argument about disciplining the teenager. When two persons have disciplining teenager two different views, they can better say that, yes, both of us are right. We can get out of the argument by saying we are both right. And in our office also with our colleagues, we may have some arguments. So to avoid such arguments, we should not better involve in arguments because we have to work in the same office and we have to meet them every day. So better you have to tell, leave me out of this one. I am not interested in arguing with others because this is no-win debate. You have to tell yourself and you have to tell others also. Then only we can have friendly relationship with others. People argue with one another just to pass the time only. So if such fruitless arguments are going on, you better avoid those fruitless arguments because if you avoid fruitless arguments, everybody wins.